Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi. Basically today I'm gonna be doing 10 things that you might not know as a mature student. Basically, if you remember from my previous video, if you've watched it, I told you that I'm going to uni. So I just wanted to talk about things you should know when you go back to school as a mature student. Let's get into it. I was 29 when I started my course, so basically I'm a mature student. Number one, your classmates or the people that you're on the course with will be so young. Basically, like I said, I was 29 when I went back to school, so the students that are on my course are like in their teens, some of them early 20s, so it's a huge age gap. So that was kind of different for me. I had to kind of understand that most kids go straight from doing their A-levels to university. So of course the majority of the people in your class are gonna be very young people. Bear that in mind. Number two is closely related to number one, which is you might find it hard to make friends just because, again, of the age gap. But what I have realized, because this is something that I was very worried about before I started the course, was I going to be able to make friends? What would I have in common with younger people? But actually you'll be fine. Honestly, I feel like everyone will have that one person they will be friends with regardless of the age gap, so I don't think that should be an issue at all. You might find some of the activities that young people like do, you might not find that particularly fun, but what I will say, like I said, you'll find a common ground. Number three, I would say, is you might have to work just a little bit harder than everyone else, being a mature student, just because I don't know about anyone else, but I have a lot of responsibilities. I have to take care of my son, as well as do my uni work, so I found that a little bit hard and a little bit challenging. But I think it's just knowing what you're capable of and when to ask for help, basically, like from your friends, your family, whoever can help you with anything you're struggling with. Number four, something that you might find different is the way assignments are set, or the guidelines that you need to follow when doing assignments. Like basically like making sure you put your assignments through whatever program they use at your uni to check for plagiarism and all of that, making sure you don't exceed your word limit and all of that. I feel like years and years and years ago, like, that wasn't such a big thing, but plagiarism is a huge thing now, so that's something you should be wary of before you start uni. Number five, I think, is one that a lot of people might struggle with. It's basically financially. It might be a little bit harder to go to university just because you might be used to working full-time, whatever job you were doing before you started uni, and then now you are at uni full-time and you don't really have the time to work. I know I don't. I have to look after my son, I have to do my uni work. I really don't have the time to be working, so because of that, money can be a little bit tight. Like, you only get a certain amount from student finance, obviously, so you have to try and budget your money, know where your money is going, how much you're spending, and basically just monitor that. Like, like crazy. That's what I did, just making sure that everything that needs to be paid for is paid for. Like for instance, I pay for my son's nursery fees. Like that's one of the things you don't want to miss, like paying for a child's nursery. So I made sure that all my bills were paid on time. I'd rather not go out, for instance, than not be able to pay my bills. Number 6 is, I feel like this is one not a lot of people talk about. Number 6 is time will not be yours. Let me tell you, you will struggle just because you have to find a way to make a little bit of time for yourself. Whether you like reading, you like movies, you like music, you have to try and make that time, just because you're gonna be so busy with uni work, assignments, exams, presentations, and trying to obviously still look after your whatever you're responsible, basically. So but it's important to still have that me time at the end of the day, even if it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes just before bed, whatever. Just do it though. I think it's important, so do it. It is basically closely related to number 7. You will have to play the balancing game pretty much. When you're at uni, you're gonna have to find a way to balance your time between your schoolwork and your family, your friends, socializing, you know, just like stuff that you enjoy. You're gonna have to find that balance. It's hard, I have to admit, it's very hard, but it's doable. It's just getting through the first semester pretty much, and I feel like once you find what works for you, stick to it. What works for somebody else might not work for you, vice versa. So just finding that balance for yourself and your sanity will help you so much. 8 is one that's, I know I went through this. You will feel like quitting, and I know it's like, what? But trust me, I feel like whether it's your first year, your second year, your third year, at some point I feel like a lot of people go through this, where they're like questioning why they even started this course, why did they go back to school, like just going through the motions basically of feeling like everything is hard. You don't know if you can do this. You know, you can do it. You can do it. It's just getting through it that's the hardest. Like, you're gonna have to go through it to realize that. I feel like, I know I had a few struggles in my first year where I was like, why am I doing this? Like, why? But once you're out of that situation, you see that how you handled it, and see what worked and what didn't, and basically you use that for your next struggle, because you're gonna have more than one. Number 9 is closely related to number 8. You will feel low. You will feel low sometimes, and that's okay. But basically what you need to do is make sure you have somebody to talk to, whether that be your friends, your family, your classmates, even your lecturers. Basically you need to find somebody to talk to, because feeling like that and not talking to anybody is gonna make the situation worse, and honestly you don't want that. So basically what I did, I spoke to my sister, because she went through the whole uni process and graduated, so she knew my struggles. So all I had to do was just speak to her, and she could reassure me about whatever I'm going through and stuff like that. So you need somebody to talk to. Number 10 basically is a good one. I want to end on a good note. So I think it's one that when we're applying and we're worried about this, worried about that, you don't think about, but you will enjoy uni. Obviously there's a few hurdles you have to go through, tough times, but at the end of the day, it's your degree. Enjoy it as much as you can before you go off to work, whatever field you're in. but you will enjoy it. You will make friends, you will have a good time for the most part. So yeah, enjoy your course, guys. Just enjoy it. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If I missed anything, just let me know down in the comments below.